All right, everybody, what's going on? Welcome to the VBSC podcast. This is episode number 2, where my name is Greg, I'm the volleyball strength coach. We get together with the entire coaching staff here, our entire training team, to just talk about all things volleyball training. So, this is our second episode, and what we want to do is talk to you guys about some of the specifics we do as far as programming our training. So, if you have to work out 3 times a week, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, maybe if you're in season, it can be really confusing on how to figure out like what you're supposed to do on what days, how to work that around volleyball. So we're going to go through a bunch of those options today. You'll hear from all the different coaches, and then hopefully give you an idea of how to program your workouts a little bit better so they're the most efficient. Really quick, because this is still episode 2, we're just going to do really quick introductions, go around, introduce you to all the coaches because this is still so new, and then we will take it from there. So, Cece, start us off, please.
Hey guys, I am Coach Cece. I've been with the company since fall of 2023. I coach volleyball. I played volleyball. I've played volleyball since I was 12, played at the Division One level, and now I'm coaching at the club and high school level.
Dion, go for it.
What's up, everybody? My name's Dion. I have been a strength and conditioning coach for the last little while now. I have my certified personal trainer with the NSCA, and I've been playing volleyball competitively for the last 10 or 11 years, and the last 3 of those years professionally in Denmark, Sweden, and this year in France.
Our newest coach, Sarah, take it over here.
Hey everyone, I am Coach Sarah. I love to play volleyball, currently playing co-ed. I do also play women's league, but I also coach high-level club volleyball for girls. Loving that right now. I've been a strength and conditioning coach for 5 years. I just joined up here, but I've been doing this for 5 years with the programming and excited to, yeah, start this endeavor.
And then I'm Coach Greg, volleyball strength coach. Been playing volleyball for over 20 years. Played for Ball State University back in the day. Been a strength conditioning coach for over 15 years, right around 15 years, and still play recreational beach, kind of coming off the competitive side. But yeah, overall, we've trained over 1,000 volleyball players, high school up to the pro level. Currently, we have about 90 people that we're working with a one-on-one basis, and we've had over 200 people go through our one-on-one system. And it's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about what we do with those people, which is on the programming side. So again, a big question a lot of people have is like, how often should they lift to get maximum results for volleyball? And so we're going to explain kind of why we do that and how it fits into volleyball. And generally, what we tell people is like the minimum that they're going to want, unless they are like in season playing volleyball every day, is generally 3 days per week. And so what we used to do, because me coming from like a college background, a college strength conditioning background, everything like that, it was always 3 full body days. And that's fine. That's great if that works with your schedule. If you're a consistent Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, if you can do that super consistently, then for performance, 3 full body days is great. But if you are like us and a lot of people listening to this and you're busy and you don't have necessarily a consistent schedule, sometimes that can kind of fail because if you have to go 2 days in a row on your workouts and you can't consistently do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you have to do back-to-back full body days, then that can get a little bit weird. So at the time we were doing 3 full body days, we were also doing 2 upper body and 2 lower body days, which is our consistent 4-day a week program. And what we kind of realized was like, hey, we've got this person on 4 workouts, right? So 2 upper body, 2 lower body. But then sometimes they could only work out 3 days. So we would just take that second upper lower body, we would squish them together. We would keep the things that are the most important, and then we would eliminate the things that are just the least important. And so that actually got up to an upper lower full, upper body, lower body, full body. And that has become our go-to consistent 3-day a week split for volleyball players. And it's really what we recommend the most, because now if you do have to do those back-to-back days, you can do the upper and lower body back to back, and then you still have the full body that you can separate out, but you're still hitting every kind of muscle group, every kind of movement pattern on like a once or a twice a week basis. So you're still getting kind of like optimal volume and everything like that. So Cece, you've been around the longest, so you were kind of in for that transition. So like, what did you see in that like 3 full body versus like upper lower full?
I think the biggest thing that I saw, at least with the clients, was just being able to actually do all of the workouts more consistently, especially because majority of the clients that we work with are very busy, high level working individuals. So they just don't always have the time to get in those 4 workouts. So I found that the consistency levels were a lot higher, and also their recovery was a lot better because like when they had to do those 4 days, sometimes they had to like stack it on top of a volleyball day on top of a long work day, so the recovery capacity was just shot. So having those 3 days a week, we were able to move them around in their schedules a bit easier so that they didn't have to do a heavy lower body day right before they had their playoffs for their leagues, and then their legs were super heavy, so they weren't able to perform at their highest capacity. So I think just the recovery capacity and then just the consistency levels were higher.
I think it can also help too, because I want to talk a little bit about how this can fit into like when you play volleyball and things like that. But like doing an doing a full body day before you go play, like it's okay. But if you have to get like a full an upper body day, like when you go play volleyball, like that's not as big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your legs are still fresh. You're not going to be sore and tight already. You know, it's okay if your shoulder's like a little bit fatigued, but it just makes it easier to like fit everything in place. And then so
Yeah.
Dion, obviously, like as you playing professional, I'm sure you've had a lot of experience with like that 3 full body day, but you're doing 4 right now, right?
I think no, I'm on the upper lower pole right now.
Oh, great. Great.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so what have you
So
noticed in the difference of doing like 3 full body days versus like upper lower full?
I hate doing 3 full body days. Especially like when you're in season, I really just always feel like I'm not recovered enough. And when you're having, 3, 4, 5 practices a week and then you're playing a game on the weekends, it's already difficult to have optimal recovery. So having the workouts split up into an upper, a lower, and a full, um, really like it's been working really well for me as like a high performing athlete right now. And I think that like for me, because my games are on the weekends a lot of the time, it doesn't bother me doing the upper or the lower on the same day that I work or the same day that I train. Um, and then I have right now I have it structured so that my full body is a little bit later in the week, and then I have 2 or 3 days in between the full body to recover for the match. So it's been working out really well for me. I love the upper lower full for in season at least.
You're getting crazy strength gains right now too.
Yeah, I'm strong
Shout
as hell right now.
shout out to Triphasic Training. If you guys
Yeah.
want to hear how we program training and we do like the different tempos in the program that Dion's on right now, he's getting really good strength gains. Go back and listen to episode 1. And we talked about our like the tempos and things we do with triphasic training. So yeah, check that out. And then Sarah, I know you like so Sarah was doing our programs for a long time. Sarah's actually been around for a while. So you did a few of the different programs. So, based
Mhm.
on your experience, like with our system and everything, like what are your thoughts on the 3 full body versus this upper lower full?
Oh, that's a good question. I know that when I started training with the volleyball strength program, before I came from a different training background, I know I got crazy results on it. So first, like I'm not so sure. I don't remember all my upper lower full day splits. I think I started on a 4 day, two
I
upper,
believe
two
you did.
lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I wasn't in season at the time, so that was okay. That worked with my training schedule. We just did some rec volleyball around it. But I know I got crazy gains on that. So crazy strength gains. My vertical increased. I know I did come in with an ankle injury, and I worked a ton on the AVV2 program, and worked a lot on my ankle stability and like huge. Like I even when my teammates said like, "Holy Sarah, you are flying," and like, "Wow, your hang time," like I'm like, "Thank you." Like it's because this program and I know it works, and that's why I'm such a big believer, and that's why I'm so excited to actually be on this side of it now with programming because I've seen firsthand how it worked for me. So yeah.
Yeah. Sarah actually came in as a one-on-one client with me personally first, and then switched to the membership and was doing a lot of the
Mhm.
advanced
Yeah.
volleyball vertical workouts in the membership for a while too. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely been the go-to. If, I do 2 upper, 2 lower, I think in a perfect world, where this is me obviously being biased towards the weight room as far as doing it more frequently, like I would love all of our clients to do a 2 upper, 2 lower and do 4 days a week. Of course, we know that's not always necessary.
Mhm.
All right, like if you're playing volleyball 3 times a week, like you probably don't need to be lifting 4 times a week. Like if you're doing 3 times a week of volleyball and 3 times a week in the gym, that's plenty. Now, if you're only playing like once or twice a week, then 4 times a week, like you still get, the impacts on your body. You still get the expression of athleticism and obviously getting stronger and everything like that. That's when we can start to make things a little bit more specific as well. That's a whole different podcast topic, is like general versus specific. We'll save that and bookmark that for next time. But I think in a perfect world, like I would love everybody to do two upper, two lower, just because I love it. And what I've been doing personally is like, I will have, I will write my clients a two upper, two lower program, but then have the full body in there because it doesn't take that long to just squish them together. And that way, if they need that 3 day a week option, like if they're busy, they just have it too. So I've been loving that. That's personally what I do. It's like the two upper, two lower. Now, for a little bit, I was getting a little crazy, and I did schedule 5 days a week for myself at the gym. At that point, I was like not playing volleyball. It was kind of an off-season thing for me. So I did upper, lower, and then I did push, pull, lower. That was my 5 day a week split. So it was Tuesday upper, Wednesday lower, and then I went Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it was like upper pressing movements on Friday, upper pulling movements on Saturday, and then another lower body on Sunday. And that's like 5 days a week is like for athlete training is like tough. Like it's a lot. Like you're not gonna do that very often. I don't think we have any clients who are doing that. I might have one. But it's just not something you like go through that much. So I don't know if we have, do you guys know if you have any clients who are doing 5 days a week in the gym?
Not clients, no.
No,
I
not
know
for
we
me
have
either.
the my gosh, what's it called? The aesthetics program in the membership that I think is 5 days
Yeah.
a week. That's
Hmm.
kind of like similar to the split that you're doing
Yeah.
or
The
we're
volleyball
doing.
aesthetics program. So good. I
Yeah.
love that one.
Love that program.
Um, yeah, I think one of my clients, like I programmed like a 5th day for him where it was just like plyos and arms. He just wanted to like some extra like pump work and like to get a little bit more plyos in. But it is so if anybody, like listening, it's like you're not playing a lot of volleyball, you're very much in an off season, which is like probably not a lot of people right now. But yeah, like the upper lower push pull lower, I liked it. It was great. It was just like I was spending a lot of time at the gym and I wanted to kind of like pull back at least on one of those days. Um, but then the last season and the thing, like I know Deanna, it's a little different for you, like as a pro, and it changes to being in season, like from like pro to like high school or college or anything like that. Or like a lot of times as adult players, like we don't even necessarily have seasons. Maybe it's like, if you are a beach player or a grass player, you're probably playing more tournaments in the summer or something like that, right? But it's not it's still like an in-season-esque program, but not like super crazy in season. So I did want to kind of run through what we do for that and then what everybody's kind of experiences. So I sort of picked this up from my time working with schools and side of like creating programs. I worked with a couple colleges in person. And so, of course, we want to lift. I mean, regardless of what age you are listening to this, high school, college, adult, whatever, professional, like you want to lift in season. Like lifting in season is extremely, extremely important to make sure you're maintaining your strength and your power and your joint integrity. And the workouts change a lot, but you do still want to be lifting in season, like period, right? So the way we have it written, it initially started from the membership was the first place, and I put that as the in-season program. But it's like day one is like half like a recovery and mobility day, and then half of it like a lifting day. Wednesday is day two is like just a full on lifting day. And then we have what we call our preparation workout, which is day three. It's like full body preparation workout. And our clients absolutely love their prep days. And so what it is a workout designed to be done either the day of or the day before competition. So it's like a very low intensity kind of like movement quality based type of thing where it just gets your body really revved up and mobile and gets your blood flowing. And there's some like, neurological potentiation and things like that that can happen. Or especially if you do it the day of, like you will just feel better and perform better because your body's just more warmed up or more ready to play. So it'll be like, a couple warm up exercises, maybe one lightweight compound movement for the lower body. And then there's a circuit, which is like med ball slams, med ball chest slams, maybe a little bit of jumping, like low intensity jumping, kettlebell swings, core work, a lot of rotation. And then it ends on just like some mobility and stretching. And I've been using that style of in-season like preparation day for years now. And people, I do it myself personally too. People absolutely love it. So, Dion, I know you're in season right now. And so, but you're following more of like our traditional upper lower full. Are you doing like any kind of prep workout like that?
Not right now. I'm not. But I do have a client that's playing in like the uh second Bundesliga in Germany. I don't know. Can we shout him out or is that
Sure.
a thing?
That's fine.
Okay, shout out Charlie Peters. He's dope.
He's
But
very good at
anyway,
volleyball.
yeah, he's a gangster at volleyball. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, he's doing, I think, kind of like a hybrid between what we just kind of talked about. He's doing upper lower full and then doing the prep workout before his matches on the weekend. And he has been having like an amazing experience with it so far. So um yeah, I think the prep workout, especially in season, is very good playing at this level.
Cool. Yeah, last thing I want to talk about is just a little bit of scheduling. I've done a lot of posts on like how to schedule around volleyball, like what days you should do what. And so it really is just deciding like this is the process we go through to schedule this. It's like, okay, client signs up, we get on an onboarding call, right? On that onboarding call, the first thing we do is like, lay out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And it's like, cool, what days are you playing? And we just put those in first, right? Because then we just fit the pieces around that. So you guys can do the exact same thing. It's like, cool, I play Monday and Thursday. Okay, cool. So that means we got Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and the weekends to do something. So what we could do is like Tuesday, Wednesday, upper, lower, and then Friday, full body. And then you have the weekends off to play tournaments or recover or something like that. Or we could, do something where it's like Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So it's just something like that too. We can fit the pieces in. If it were me, I'd say Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, or Tuesday, Thursday. What did I say? Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday would be the way that I would go with something like that. But that's all you guys need to do to figure this out. Like you don't have to overthink it. It's like put all 7 days in a row, put in the days that you play volleyball, maybe hopefully leave yourself one rest day, and then decide, do we want to do 3 times a week or do we want to do 4 times a week? And then you just make the pieces fit. And you can even decide like, oh, well, after I play volleyball, I'm more sore in my knees. So the next day I want to do upper body. And that way, I'm not so sore to do my lower body the day after. And of course, if you guys want help with that, we are here to help. But people like to overcomplicate it, and it just doesn't need to be overcomplicated like that. Just map it out, figure out what fits, and then it's definitely going to work. So, any final thoughts from you guys on programming and scheduling before we call it a day here?
No, I don't think so. I think we covered most of it. I think on a next podcast we can talk about like tournament prep, maybe if you're not necessarily like in season, but you have like a bigger tournament. Because I know we also incorporate the full body prep days into those tournament prep weeks, but that's a whole other topic.
Yeah, it is a whole other topic. Yep. Dion, so you guys got any final thoughts?
Good for me.
Cool.
I had one thought.
Sure.
I know just from other programs that I've seen on the market out there and around, I just want to comment that I just love the thought and the prep that goes into your programs, Greg, and goes into like this whole program here. I love like the thought of like the eccentrics and isometrics, and I just find that clients get so much value out of the background homework that's gone into the programming. I just find it's exceptional because like I've seen a lot of different programs. I've worked with different programs. I've worked with different coaches, and I just like I love it. I just feel that clients will benefit the most from your programming, and their volleyball will improve.
Love it.
Just
Appreciate
my
that.
plug for that. Yeah.
And whenever you guys see this, Sarah will be taking on clients pretty soon. So you'll get pretty closely involved with her and then as myself as well, because I'm involved with all the clients. So leading us off into a perfect note, if you are an adult volleyball player, usually over the age of 25, and you do want some help with this type of stuff, so custom workouts, nutrition coaching, all this type of scheduling things, I'm going to put a link down in the description and in the comments where you can apply for our one-on-one elite coaching, where we're just going to give you it's the highest quality, highest just level of service of any online training program that's on the market that I am aware of. And we built it that way on purpose to just give you more than what you typically get with online coaching. So, you guys can check that out. Check out the link in the description and the link in the comments, and then leave a comment down below what you want topics on for this. So if you have ideas for episodes that you want us to come in here and talk about, leave those in the comments, and then we will definitely do that because we are always looking for ideas. So with that, we are going to sign off because I know we got client calls to get to, but we will see you guys next week.